Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Rose. I'm here with my friends again today and we're going to be making some art. Miss Petunia wanted me to tell you that it's really fun to fly with rainbow rings, but don't try it at home. And Blue wanted to tell me something too. What was that you said, Blue, earlier? Oh, yeah. Blue wants me to show you his dog friends. They're puppets, and they will help us draw our picture today, or make our picture, I should say. So, here they are. Hi, I'm Hush Puppy, and I'm here to tell you hola. Hola, woof, woof. Hey, that's dog language.
Well, you're speaking Spanish.
They're both good.
Guess what? I live on a roof.
You live on a roof? That's corny. You're telling a dog joke.
Me is a dog. Me is corny.
You don't say me is. You say, I am corny.
Yes, you are.
Gotcha. You got me all right. Let's get down to art. Okay. Ruff. Those are my dog friends. They're kind of silly. Today, we are going to make a dog. But we're not going to make just any ordinary dog. We're going to use weird recycled items to make our dog. And I went around my house and I looked for some things. I found some buttons. And I found some tops to a can. And things for your bread wrapper. And little pieces of this and that. Maybe some paper clips. And I found some yarn. And I also found some paper bags. And a napkin. And I thought I would use those things to make my dog. So here we go. Let me show you first this little book that I was inspired by. This is called Ralph. And he's just like my dog, Ralph. Very funny. He uses lots of dog words. And he's made out of scraps. And I'm just going to show you a couple pictures. Here he is saying, Ralph, Ralph. And he meets some animals in the book. And he looks at a tree and he says, bark, bark, bark. And he has to go on the ground and he says, it's rough, rough. And then he sees a real wolf in the woods and he says, woof, woof. And all through the story, he uses dog words that really mean something else. So the author is trying to show that this little doggy can really talk. His name is Lois Ehlert, and I highly recommend this book. Let's get started. We're going to take a piece of bag first. You can cut an old paper bag. This one happens to be from Schuler's, where I like to get books. And I'm going to use this to make part of my dog. I'm also going to use a special kind of glue today, Elmer's glue. It's a little easier to use than a glue stick for this kind of sticking because we're going to stick objects instead of just paper. So this kind of glue is made from liquid. And you have to be really careful with Mr. Glue and give his head a little screw. And you have to use only a little dab at a time. I always tell my kids, a little dab will do with Mr. Glue. And we'll put it on our paper when we put our pieces of our dog on. Let's start by just getting an idea where our dog's face is going to go. Let's use a pen or a crayon and just give our dog a little round face. Just draw a circle or an oval. We learned how to do ovals last time. So you should be pretty good at this. And let's give him some features. Now I have all these objects I can choose from. I think dogs always have that tongue that hangs out. So I think I'm going to give him a red tongue out of this. And I'm going to give him a little smile first. And I'm going to put my red tongue on with the glue. Just a little dab will do with Mr. Glue. And there's my tongue. Now, if you do this project at home, you're going to want to lay your paper flat because I have to hold it for a second or it will fall down. Then I'm going to do some eyes, and I think I'll use these cute buttons that I have for some eyes. Let's do some eyes. I'm going to leave the nose for a little later. Put some glue on for the eyes. Hold it for a second. Get another button. This one doesn't match, but that doesn't matter because this is a recycled dog, and he's supposed to look a little odd and a little bit cute that way. Stick another eye on. You don't have to use buttons. You could use paper clips. You could use bottle caps for the eyes. Then you want to create a nose, and I have lots of choices here. I could use this little green thing. Yeah, that might work. Or I could use a bigger bottle cap like that. But I think I'll use the little green one just because I think it will stick better when I have my paper upright like this. So here we go. Let's see if it sticks. There it goes. We'll see if anything falls off. Then we're going to add maybe some yarn and give him a little bit of fur on top of his head. You probably have to put a little bit more glue for that. You can take different colors of yarn. It doesn't have to be brown. It can be any color. And you can stick it on. He looks kind of silly. And then you want to take your bag, and if you want to, you can use a regular scissors to cut out some ears, or you can take some scissors that have a funny little edge, and you can make really bumpy ears that way. I'm going to use these scissors, and I'm just going to cut some ears. They don't have to be round. They can be kind of rectangle if you want. Whatever's easiest for you to cut. And I'm going to stick them on. Cut two because doggies have two ears. And it gives them kind of a cute little raggedy look with that edge on there. But if you don't have that kind of scissors, you can even make your scissors wiggle wobble back and forth to make a raggedy edge. We'll just glue that on. Aw, starting to look kind of cute now. And then you can take a little bit more of your bag. And I have this piece that I was going to throw away, but it had a little symbol on it that said, made from 100% recycled paper. You see that? And so I thought that would make a little good part of my dog. So I'm going to use that. And I'm just going to cut it with the scissors. There's one arm. And I'm just kind of free cutting. I'm not drawing it first, but you may draw it first if you need to, so you have a line to follow. But I'm just sort of guessing how I want it. I think I'm going to make a little bit of a neck part here, like he's wearing a shirt. And I think I'll give him a little neck. You kind of learn as you go what looks good to you and add it. So this is going to really take a lot of glue. So I'm going to put my glue on the back of the paper and then stick it and see if that works good. Fortunately for you, you have your paper laying down and it won't fall off, but mine is standing up and that makes it hard to use this kind of glue. So I'm going to use a lot, but I'm not going to drip it all over the floor. I'm going to keep it in control, and then I'm going to put it on. There my dog has a little body or kind of a shirt or arms and a little chest, and I need to give him some doggy feet. So I'm going to take my bag again. I've got lots left, and I'll give him some little doggy feet. I'm just going to cut little ovals. If you want to draw the oval first, you can. And it's okay if it looks a little bit raggedy because it's a dog after all. And they have raggedy fur sometimes, especially if they play outside in the mud or in the grass even. There. I got a couple little feet. I'm going to stick them on with my glue. Again, I think I'll put it on the back of the bag. I don't want the writing part to show, so I'm putting that on the back. And it's just showing the brown side. And the other one. And it's okay if your feet aren't exactly the same size or exactly the same shape. They can be a little bit off. That makes it cuter. And then you can add, if you want, some other little things onto him. Maybe you want to give him a little thing on his front of his belly, kind of like a zipper. You could even use an old broken zipper on your dog. I'm going to use this little piece of a pop can. If you use little pieces of pop can, be careful when you take those off because they can be sharp. Now I have my dog, and I think I'm going to add a little bit more yarn just to make him furrier in some places. There. And if you want, you can add yarn on his body. You can add it to his feet. You can put yarn all over and make him really furry or just a little bit furry around his face. That's up to you. Thank you for joining me on this project. I hope you enjoyed it, and Blue hopes so too. See you next time.